And he shouldn't have dash, and he can't have kill resets, and he should be able to jump over walls. And he can only throw one shuriken with his Q. Then that's where we're talking.
Yeah, a lot of the Koreans were saying, "Oh, you can't move through the wall in Overwatch. You shouldn't be able to go through the wall with the Strip Strike." Oh, that's gonna be a little hard.
Well, that wouldn't really work. He wouldn't work then.
Yeah, he would have just one escape then, instead of two.
I think people just need to stop whining and get good. That's what I think.
Or ban him.
Or ban him, because that's always an option. That is always an option. Speaking of which, what do you think's going in that hole right there? That ban hexagon.
Mephisto, can we play him?
Oh, Genji's open. Genji's open, G-Clef. What does it mean?
You should never first ban Genji. That's a bad sign in the draft.
Oh, still open.
Nah, it's gonna be the last ban.
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah. You should never first ban Genji, guys. Just letting you know. If you have that crown when you go into Team League, now it's the new meta, I would say.
I haven't played it yet, actually.
It's really fun. You go against 3 other solo queue guys and a duo.
Okay,
Genji's
G-Clef, he is open!
And this is exactly why you don't ban Genji. Here we go.
All right, well, this was very topical. Our little banter, while we had technical difficulties, actually became relatable in-game.
I knew it. I knew it all along.
But Tyrande is also left open with this.
And Loon guides you.
But hitting Genji with Lunar Flare is pretty unrealistic. We're going to see Phoenix come through as well. Very strong against Genji.
Yeah, no Garrosh for OJ this time, so it will be a different story and not no chat on that Phoenix for sure.
Yeah, well, that is, I mean, that's quite literally true, but I expect
I think they
a
can
higher level of play.
If they're expecting a Nubarak, you can pick Leeming right now, but that's not required. If they want to have Hanzo again, go ahead. I think that's a good move.
They're going to go with the Junkrat. The Junkrat off lane and split pushing on this map is insane. You could even utilize him before he upgrades his launching from his concussive mine. So once you have that, he's basically global. But
yes, the 13.
Yeah, the 13 talent. Yeah, and he's so powerful here. And already Muradin picked up this time before the second ban phase. They get OJ on a hero he's comfortable with. And Feliz's draft compared to the last game looks so much stronger. And this could be a game where, you know, we see more dedicated support for Genji. You know, Deckard is probably going to get banned here from Feliz. I think it would be wise. I know, what am I saying? Tyranda's already there. It would have been wise if Tyrande was banned. But
they can go for the tank because they already have Moradin. Because they can't really have Leeming in this roster. Anubarak was really okay. Mephisto's already banned. So they do follow. But that's CC.
They do Anubarak, yeah. Just got to be... You want Genji to be the most powerful possible.
Yeah, right now, especially in the Korean draft, you always think about Mephisto, Leeming, and Anubarak, how they follow each other. So that's always has to be in your head when you do drafting, especially in Korean server.
This is when Meriday picks Deckard Cain anyways, and we have double support. Okay, so ETC very relevant here with both the Blaze and Tyrande stuns to follow up. It's going to make Dudu's Genji life hellish. It will be so difficult for him to operate around this many stuns.
Yeah, this is basically saying, try to Dwarf toss away. I will just face melt and cancel the toss every single time.
Or I will, if your Genji thinks he's going to dash in, do some damage, get a reset and dash out, he will dash in, get stunned, they get stunned, they get stunned, and then die.
Stay a while and this.
It's so funny in Korean. He's just like, listen to me talk for a second, basically. Yeah. Like he's like, just listen.
And it's
for
not
a minute.
Second.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, just listen to me for a minute. Like, or just kind of listen to me. Okay, well, Deckard Cain has a lot of great healing potential onto Genji. They've got Urel, so bully top laner against Blaze. Feliz has a well-rounded draft, but the CCs against Genji are what are my biggest concerns. And Tychus is a great follow-up here to percent-based damage down the Urel, down the Muradin. It's just a safe pick. And when you think about the grenade as like that extra oomph, the extra last hit damage to kill the Genji who tries to dash over the wall, it can go through a wall. It's so good. So I actually really like the drafts on both sides, but I think that BlossoM has the right counters to what would, against another team composition, be absolutely fantastic for Feliz.
They actually have a very good control, and the reason why BlossoM has an ETC. Hey, thanks for coming out. All the way to the venue of the final. Second to the final day. ETC Blaze, very strong, and ETC known for that early game control with that power slide, top and bottom. That's the combo that they're going to have, and that's the reason why we saw Dudu just shaking his head the moment you saw those picks.
We also saw Aimer is very courteous with his gum. He always puts it away in the wrapper before throwing it away. So, be like Aimer, okay?
Yeah, that's just like us just canceling all the elevator buttons when we get on the other one.
Etiquette, man.
Yes.
It's classy.
That's what we need to have a peaceful world.
Well, Dudu is announcing to the world that he will actually be playing the Junkrat, and it will be Aimer on Genji, which is not what I expected. Given BlossoM's history at the beginning of the year before the perma bans.
Aimer does flex here and there with sometimes the gray main with the other DPS. Maybe Dudu just really wants to play that Junkrat today. And he has been known as the ranged auto attacks a lot, and I guess you can kind of call Junkrat auto attacks.
Aimer is 0-6 on Genji, and he has not played it since phase 1.
Oh, there goes Dudu.
Okay, well that's going to be a problem. This CC is so powerful. Look at Modern Life also. He's just like, yeah, okay, I do percentage-based damage to you. I've got Tyrande heals, which are forever. And Hunter's Mark is quite powerful. I don't know if actually OJ was Hunter's Marked in that moment. I don't think he was, but it's probably because it was used on Dudu.
Oh, they had chains and chains of CCs with Power Slide, Flare, and Jet Propulsion. That's just enough to have more than enough time to for Tychus to do damage. Tychus pairs up really well with ETC. The moment he Power Slide, you just have to sit there and just press that D for the minigun, and Morden will have about 30% less HP after 2 seconds.
Yeah. I wonder why Feliz thought engaging at level 1 was a good idea. In this case, Gondar will, you know, yeah, his warp's going to be interrupted, but ends up being fine. But, you know, this was a nice engage because you know the CC is elsewhere. And, you know, when we feel like you could make an opportunity to, you know, make that kill happen when you have the Genji pick, you go for it like that. But at the level 1 fight, like, that was unreasonable. It's going to be a camp
small
take here.
Mistake at the beginning. What you're trying to do is maybe cancel Mosh Pit with the Concussion Mine. As we already mentioned, kind of becomes semi-global. But they totally lost control of the early game.
Yeah, and that means they're, you know, going to struggle to deal with this fast night camp, for example. Dudu's trying his best, knocks the mage over at least. It's a good start. But this is going to be a wall almost taken out here. The first cannon tower is going to go down. I thought that minion was like never going to let me caster curse that. But the neutral camp in the bottom lane was actually taken during all of this, so Feliz is at least matching the rotations really well. And they still have their night camp to take, which they could take in just a moment. In terms of gems carried, we actually have an advantage for Feliz as well. So they're actually playing the soak game super well. And Aimer is doing more roaming than anything else at the moment.
Because there's nothing else that he can actually do.
Ooh, that minion is like OP, dude. He's like, nope, try to interrupt Honkono. I'm Honkono's personal bodyguard.
OJ's just gonna let that go.
Well, I mean, he couldn't, the minion blocked him from queuing. That's like not even fair. Like, how is that even fair?
Yeah. Spread of ETC Tychus against the Moradin. Yeah, that's why he's just Dwarf tossing away. Just in case he gets caught. He saw his teammate getting caught. Oh.
Well,
that's what happens
speaking of
screen.
Teammates getting caught.
Yes.
That's a lot of gems carried dropped. Probably about like 14 or so. Okay, they're going to trade it back though, as our observer's like off duty. Nice
hammer.
Stun there, yeah. Okay, he just didn't have well, I guess.
I thought he was at least pretending to tap on well.
Well, we are at the first round of playoffs. guys. I swear this is a good region. I swear this is a good region. It's a good region. All right, like just because this one moment was a clown fiesta. Look, we have a good observer. I promise, T-Torres, and we have a good region here. You guys watch playoffs and you're like, I wonder who's coming from Korea. I'm like, well, you know, it might not be these guys, but they're trying. But yeah, that was a little bit of a. Both teams making some mistakes, but it does guarantee BlossoM 7, and it does, with the 7, get them the first turn in. Hanaten is having to do so much peel work for OJ, because OJ is like a cooldown resetter for Tyrande, man. Like, Tyrande's like, thank you for existing, Murda, because now I can heal more while I just auto-attack you and push you away.
Yeah, Aimer's not really having the most effect. In terms of wave clear as well, I think that's also a reason why they brought Junkrat. And on this map, yeah, Aimer cannot really
look at
help with
OJ.
wave clear.
He's just a battery for damage. Oh, thought you were gonna power or dwarf toss away. Nope. Liu's caught, stunned. ETC Zion mechanics that were used in the jet propulsion for Blaze come true again. It's like, what if we had a different power slide? Well, it's still stuns. And OJ's dead.
That's twice already.
This is keep damage for the first turn in. This is basically game. This is going to guarantee 10.
This doesn't...
And a double turn in. In fact, they almost got the keep.
Okay, Erel's coming around, but there's no Muradin. What are they trying to set up?
I don't know, man, but Hanaten is not getting out of this one alive, okay? Well, at least that grenade did not prevent him from going up the wall. That would have actually killed him for sure. Now they're trying to hard engage right when 10's coming up. Are they crazy? What in the world was that? Feliz is starting to feel the pressure, man, and it is not looking good.
Game 1. It's quite surprising that because they played a decent game 1, waiting for the final moment. They lost the game, but they were not broken. But suddenly they can't come into game 2. Dudu starts to lose it, and everyone else around him.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like BlossoM was trying to dismantle them, but Feliz kind of broke apart by themselves.
This is definitely some nerves showing through, I think. I mean, conceptually, you know, you called it out earlier. Hanaten's coming around the backside like he could try to set up a stun. But when OJ is already dead and just respawning and he can't, it's not in position to heal.
It's understandable before they hit 10, when they're quite away from 10, like there was like 9 1/3 maybe for BlossoM experience-wise. You want to make an engage, but when you don't have a Muradin as an Erel, when you're not 10, when you don't have the defenders, you can't even try to do anything. Alone from the other side, that's really tough. I guess they were trying to have some keep damage as a helping damage, but still 2 levels away. It was a tough mission.
Well, Modern Life going in here. Okay, that was pretty optimistic face melt by Honkono, but he was looking for the interrupt there. That's going to be the double web weavers that go into another keep wall. The mid keep is where Feliz put their focus for defense, so they could at least keep that alive. And, you know, I think they might just barely lose it. Actually going to save it, but there's a cost because now the top fort is also going to go down. And actually, I don't know if they don't save this.
If our slide was just used, so not triple CC here, they will still get the keep without the main DPS. Phoenix and Tychus, they're actually at top and bottom.
Yeah, I mean the web weaver didn't get it, but they got it. They rotated in, they committed.
They're 13.
Yeah.
At least they don't even have 10.
2 talent tier advantage. Oh, look at the crowd control on the Hanaten, man. He is so out of it.
Dies again?
Mosh pit prevents her from running.
Space Goat never dies.
Well, in this case, man, it is it's a sad story for our Space Goat. Well, 1 kill does mean that this is not a perfect game for BlossoM, but we're about as close as we can get. So we will see Liu go for the stay a while and listen, but Dragon Blade coming out here actually missed stun.
They will actually save core.
Yeah. Well, there was certainly some
they dropped a lot of gems.
Choices.
3 levels apart. Is this the beginning?
No, but
no. Thanks, Wolf. No wonder you're my co-caster for the entire year.
Sometimes we have to be good cop and bad cop, right? Sometimes you have to make the fans feel like there's a chance for Feliz here, and sometimes I have to tell them that there's not. Maybe I'll stand corrected at 20 minutes into the game, 11 minutes from now. They will get a turn in here, and they do have heroic talent here evened out, but the core is damaged, 2 keeps are down, the top keep wall is damaged.
The first Woe Beaver summon, that's literally unheard of. Even my promotional games placement matches are not as bad as this. Which is usually bad.
Mine are pretty bad. I never get demoted, I just stay where I am. My demotion matches are the ones where like everyone pulls it together, but my promotion matches are when like, well, that's another story for another time. We'll have to save that one for the next pause. But this is going to be them clearing waves and actually eliminating a lot of that keep pressure. But this Web Weaver push isn't going to do anything else. It's also going to give BlossoM 3 lanes of waves that are safe to farm for 16. So, you know, there's that, which is unfortunate. That's just how MOBAs work. Sometimes when you push like this, you give your opponent farm.
Yeah, it's a tough moment, but because BlossoM dropped a lot, they're still 18 away from getting 16. But still they maintain control. Have maintained control because they have the level lead. Are they? No.
Trying to get this wall down. Yeah. The thing is, they could get caught.
They can't even try to go for boss.
If they try to push this wall down, they're gonna die.
Okay, they're gonna try to bait or just rotate back.
Nice Stormbolt here for OJ. And yeah, they should be able to get out fine. They didn't really commit past the wall, so... Good understanding here of Feliz as to how far they could push that. They're gonna get 13 right when 16's up. Turn in 1 gem away for BlossoM. That is gonna be the turn in that basically ends the game with these waves pushed like this, mid and bot. So Feliz has to take this camp and then immediately go deny turn-ins. Like, immediately. Like, right now. Wiz got the 2 gems, man. The golden ticket right there. And they just, I mean, they have to take a bad fight here.
At least they have 13.
Oh, the dismount and the lunar flare to block! And he gets it in so sick, he gets it in!
Face melt just in time. knocking 2 of them back.
The dismount after the owl into the lunar flare and the block there, they were like, this gem is getting in. No matter what, they turned it in. And now BlossoM is just going to look to push to win.
Okay, Gonda warps in.
Massive mosh!
Mosh pit.
And here's the salvo. That is going to be lights out here. OJ's trying his best with his avatar here to get in the back line. He's being healed. Well, Hnaten is the first to die. And what game they saved with that Dragon Blade earlier is now slipping through their fingers. BlossoM will just march to the core. The Web Weaver's barely even going to touch it before this one goes down. Odin's up.
At least they don't have bunker, but the wave coming in here is too gigantic.
OJ does not have avatar and no armor.
Does not save him, man. Junkrat doesn't even have 16, so less of a wave control here. Core is going down super fast.
Yeah, once the Web Weavers hit the core, that is the end of it. BlossoM going to take a 2-0 lead in this series.